So today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2020, and the governor of Michigan has opened up residential construction. And so Aaron and I go back to work tomorrow. We're excited to see what the future holds. And so today's episode is all going to be about what's next for Masterworks Contracting and ExStepCousinInLaws. How do we move forward from here? What could the world look like? And what have we learned from this time? So you're not going to miss it. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Okay, bro. Listen, I get all my political information from you. You're my Michael Medved. You're my Dennis Prager. You're my Rush Limbaugh. You're always listening to talk radio, so you got your finger on the pulse of America.
Yes.
And so I get it all from you. So I don't know. All I know is you tell me we're allowed to go back to work tomorrow, which is exactly what I'm going to say to the police officer if we get arrested.
Okay, as you see me running the other way, because I'm just making it up to get you back to work.
Yes. I'm sitting here in the pool, in the jacuzzi, not working, having a blast, drawing a paycheck, and you're trying to go back to work and make money.
I know. I kind of figured.
Tomorrow's a big day, dude. It's weird. It's like a rebirth. It's us coming out of the cocoon. We're butterflies tomorrow.
I have to put on pants with a zipper and a button and possibly even a belt. I may have to shave, cut my hair, and
what are you going to do with that?
I don't know.
I don't
think I can do it right away.
Well, it's looking good, man. Coming in thick.
Trying. I'm awesome. doing my best to try to grow it.
No one has to ask when they see you with long hair. They're like, oh, quarantine.
That's right.
A year ago, there was no excuse. People were like, what are you doing?
I know.
So now it's like a free pass. I'm gonna let it go. See what happens.
That's right. And then even past quarantine, you just be like, I just left it from the quarantine. I'll get around to it. So we still got a good couple months until people are like, dude, the quarantine's been over.
Dude, I noticed I'm the only one wearing a Masterworks shirt for the first time.
I know. Well,
you're wearing the fire department shirt, which not many people know. Aaron was a firefighter in his previous life.
Yeah.
Is that from there? Is that from?
This is actually for the first responders for the class that I had to take.
Oh, nice.
So these are actually pajama clothes, buddy. You got the high-end outfit today.
First of all, let's do a survey. Okay. How did Masterworks do?
Job-wise, we still have the 2 jobs we have to finish, and then the 2 new construction homes that we can continue on. I was a little worried about the phone not ringing, but just in the last couple of days, it seems like we got quite a few good prospective jobs coming up. So I think we're going to be all right.
Good. So looking back, if you were to take a snapshot, the last time we recorded was that Home Depot run on the last day of work.
Yeah.
Looking back in your perception, what do you think has changed?
I think everybody's in the same boat. I think they have to take a look at what they want to do moving forward, though, because I don't know what the industry is going to look like in the way of job size and how much money people are looking to spend. I don't know if we're going to see a decrease in larger projects and an increase in smaller projects just because people are not as willing to spend as much money in the near future until they feel that they're more secure. So I mean, that's about the only thing I can see changing. So maybe we might have to do some handyman stuff as well to fill in the gaps between some projects.
What do you think about the industry? Do you think that this is going to change anything for the industry?
On the job site, I don't see it changing too much. You're not typically in super close quarters when you're doing construction, well, at least in residential construction on what we do. You're not in super tight close quarters, so I don't see it changing our work habits all that much.
Do you think moving forward, do you think it's going to be awkward?
I think it's only going to be awkward when you have people of differing opinions on what was going on. Like, well, why the heck aren't you wearing a mask? And I'm thinking, why the heck are you wearing a mask?
Right.
So, I mean, I think that's the only time it's going to be awkward. But
you mean when running into people?
Yeah. Like, I never know, like, I would still shake someone's hand right now, but I would never, put my hand out right now. In the fact that people would be like, what do you do? You trying to give me the COVID? It's I think greetings are going to be
totally
a bit awkward.
Totally awkward. When I'm running in the morning, I can see the people who are also on the trail.
Yeah.
And I noticed that some of them, at first, they just would ignore me. They would like look the other way and act like I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Even if I say hi. And at first, you feel rejected. You feel like they don't like you or something. And then I started realizing they're just awkward because they could be someone that wants to give you a hug or shake your hand or say hi, but they don't know what you think.
Yeah, they don't know where you stand, and that's
right.
that's
and they
where
don't want to be rejected either.
Maybe we need to have like scarlet letters.
I
like
shake hands.
Yeah.
So what I do is now I have like etiquette, and this is what I think will happen in the future for us. Is I think I have etiquette now. Like when I see people coming from about maybe 50 feet. I'll give them a morning, big wave, nice and loud to make it like I'm saying hi, I am acknowledging you, which means I'm okay with it. Gives you about 2 seconds to 4 seconds to like formulate a plan in your head of, okay. So you give them more information to go off of.
Yeah.
And because I notice it still helps me to have a better day when people smile and say hi.
Oh yeah.
But
see here, that's the problem. I think part of the social problem with these masks is we're losing that connectivity with other people when we can't see, a part of their face.
So
what has been your experience at Home Depot? When I go there, I would say maybe 10% of the people aren't wearing masks. Is that about what you
maybe
found?
That might be right. I'm not even sure a mask works well for you with your beard.
Well, I was hoping I was just going to let this grow and then maybe it would just cover my mouth and then maybe we're good.
I think that this thing has highlighted a lot of weaknesses in every part of industry and commerce and business, and probably also kind of blown the whistle on old school and old world practices that that's been a part of business culture.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is I think a lot of companies have realized that they don't need certain employees in the office.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think the benefits to this are that it shook the foundations of our economy and exposed things that we never would have seen. Because this came out of nowhere. When did we think that our country, and not just our country, but the world, would essentially be shut down for this wasn't a war. And all the things, like if you had made a list of the top 5 things you think are going to happen that are going to like break the economy or like make you stay home, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, this would have not been anywhere near the top of my list.
Right. So it wasn't even on the list. Like there's no way. I wasn't thinking pandemic. I honestly thought that would never be a thing. Because I'm like, we have all this innovation, and we have all this medical technology, and we have we're the best in the world. And then the fact that this has happened, what anyone's views are on the virus, whether it's perceived or real, the fact that this has happened to both our government and our community and our business, dude,
every aspect of your life, from work to banking to church to family activities, everything is everything.
All the things you thought were sacred and safe. And I think something positive that can come from this is everyone got to examine their lives.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know I did.
Because dude, who cares if you think that this virus is not dangerous and was not a problem and we overreacted? Look what happened. And who cares if you think this virus was made in a lab by the Chinese to collapse our economy? Look what happened. Who cares if you think that this is a medical anomaly that was going to kill everybody and that we stopped it with the quarantine? Look what happened, bro. Like this shut everything upside down. You couldn't get toilet paper, bro. You know what I mean?
Toilet paper.
I wonder how many people realized they really didn't need toilet paper.
Or people going why do I still have 25 rolls left?
When all said and done, it shook every part of us. And you do start thinking about how you move forward in life. Like, what if this was the new world forever? Like, we're going back to work tomorrow, right? And there's still restrictions and there's still all this other stuff. And eventually I believe this will open up. But what if this was the big one? and it didn't, like, that's still all of a sudden, that's a real thing that, dude, I never in a million years would have thought that this is in our economy, our advanced societal culture.
Well, I think it goes to show you, I think too, how much fear can drive people to do certain things. Because you're right. You would think that whether it's real fear or perceived fear, it's driving people to do things out of fear that they would have never thought they would have done. And that's, to me, that's a little bit scary to me, to be honest.
Yeah, dude, when you realize it's like speculative. It's like you realize how much of your world depends on other people's feelings.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
But then it also makes you like start putting emphasis on important things, because you realize, you know what, I really only am one person. This is out of my control. There's not enough books that you could read that would empower you to overcome something like this when the entire society around you is in fear and immobilized. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's pretty crazy to think about, man. I know we made a lot of changes here. Like, I know that even going to church, like, that's never something we ever thought would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And where do you start? There's all of a sudden no rules. You know what I mean? It's like you literally as a family get a chance to develop your family culture around things like church and school. That's never been the case. Like, you never made church rules and you never made school rules. Like, there was a school that did that. There was a church that did that had like schedules, and we meet on these times and this is what we do. And and all of a sudden you're like, what do we do? And then when you decide what you do, you're like, why do we do it? Oh, we're like examining why we're doing things. Yeah. Spending the precious time that we have. Dude, it's just a trip. Like, I haven't touched, like, I haven't hugged anybody.
Chloe's birthday, and we're having a party. We are inviting some close family just to have Chloe's birthday party.
I wonder if anyone's not going to come.
You know, that's why we're keeping it small, because we really want, you know, the close family there. So we didn't want to invite too many people, then people would get nervous and wouldn't want to come. So
I didn't think about that. Even the amount of people you invite, there could be someone who's got like a 13-person threshold.
Exactly.
In their head. Anything over, 5 people.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay. So we have the 10 main core people that we want there. They're all coming. But there's 3 more people we really want to come. But if we make it 11, we risk 1 or 2 of them not coming.
That's right.
And maybe losing one of the original 10. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy to think about. Because I wonder, even after this is opened up, people are going to be apprehensive. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking about like our first church service. How is that going to be? Like,
I know,
but am I going to be able to shake hands? Am I going to be able to?
Well, one thing's for sure, you'll have that awkward moment that we can all share together.
That's right. Listen, I think the pastor should just make the announcement that, listen, it's awkward.
To take the pressure off the shoulders, you just say, listen, for the first week, why don't everyone take it easy? I know you're all nervous. Everyone wants to hug each other, but no one knows what anyone else feels like.
Yeah.
How about the first week, no one's going to hug. And then we'll talk about next week.
It's like, listen,
huggers on the left.
Huggers sit on this side of the church. The handshakers over here, and the don't touch me right in the middle.
Yeah. Don't touch me right up front in the middle.
That's right.
And all the huggers, you guys can go in the parking lot. We didn't want you anyway before Corona.
That's right.
One thing's for sure. Grandchildren around the world are loving that they're not getting sloppy wet lipstick kisses from grandparents.
Yeah.
It's something that we got to be sensitive about too with customers, because
no, I agree. They need to feel comfortable with us being in their home, and if they're not, then we're not going to be able to work there. So I think it's going to be on a customer by customer basis on whether or not they want masks, they want gloves, they want to be completely separated from us. So
so how do you address that?
Well, I think we'll know when we first meet them. If we show up at the door and they have masks and gloves on, I think that'll be the first sign.
But they're in their house. I wonder if you, maybe on the phone, we say, we're setting protocols for each job based on the comfort of the customers, right? When do you think socially we get back to normal?
It's going to be a good 6 months easy, I think.
So
I mean,
Thanksgiving.
I hate to say it, but certain restrictions are gonna be still in place that are going to be a reminder, which may slow it up a little bit.
I wonder, we've had an Easter, dude. Can you imagine if this was Christmas? A COVID.
The stores wouldn't stand for it. I'm telling you right now.
Well, all I know is online shopping is bonkers right now.
I know.
Everyone that I know that's involved is just selling everything they have. It's just been like, especially with the stimulus checks.
Yep.
People had to be forced to learn how to shop online that swore they never would before.
I even learned.
Did you really?
Yeah, I called my sister and told her to order me something.
That's
because it was for my wife, so I couldn't have my wife order herself something.
I mean, there's a lot of people like you who now were forced to do it. People who've never done it who now are pros at it. And then there's and grocery stores. Everyone for the last couple of years have been pushing that whole order by phone on Home Depot and at Meijer and at Kroger and Sam's Club and Costco, and you just pick up your order. And I remember just thinking, that's just a waste of time. I'd rather just go to the store and get it. I hate being on the phone ordering that stuff anyway. And how do I know they're going to grab the bunch of onions that comes with 6 onions and not the bunch that comes with 12? And
or the bag of chips that's crushed.
Right. So
carton of eggs that are crushed.
But now so many people have done it, and those places handled it pretty well. Mm-hmm. So I think that a lot more people, it's weird. It's like we went over a precipice in a lot of areas where people are going to start doing things that they were forced to do that then they've discovered weren't as bad.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of places that they could see the end was near for their industry or for their type of store, but they thought they had more time, and this probably hurt them. I know farmers are having a hard time. This is kind of like the real estate bust of 07 or whatever it was, 08. Mm-hmm. It's like this thing that happens that people that were maybe over leveraged or were waiting for that next big break, or you know what I mean? We've all found ourselves in that position. I got hit real hard during the prime mortgage bust. And so there's other people that are there right now. It really makes you not want to be vulnerable.
Oh, I know.
Because you can't foresee these things.
Yeah, that 2007, 2008 time, it changed my life, having to live through that. So, I mean, I guess it'll be something new that you'll have to just set certain benchmarks in your life that, like you said, having that savings account there so you can, last at, a good, 2 months without any income, I think is going to be, I would hope would be huge to people to strive for moving forward. This is like a rebirth for everybody, whether they want to believe it or not. This is a different world, and we all don't know what the heck's going on. We're going to walk out into this thing tomorrow, and it's like, bro, I don't know. I could see a pig fly across the highway, and it would not shock me more than this situation. And the world will never be the same. There'll never not have been this thing that happened. This is the equivalent of a 9/11 in how it changed culture and how it changed perception and how it changed relationships between local communities, individuals, and countries. This, I'm sure, on a macro level, has exposed some stuff between economies and governments. You know what I mean? The stuff that we can never take back or that we can, whatever. So I'm interested to see, now that I have this perspective that I didn't have the last couple times these things happened. Every time that I complain or blame in my life, I'm not growing. I'm not moving forward. And discussions are important. Yeah. But we're all in the same boat. Yeah. So no one's getting a break here. Some people were in a better position to handle something like this, and some people were positioned to not handle this, right? Some people are in the position to actually benefit. Right, and some people could benefit. Yeah. So, but no one knew this was coming. This wasn't a plan where, it's like, I'm going to take this job because when this next major pandemic hits and everyone freaks out. But there are some smart people that no doubt capitalized on this. Moving forward, I think the line will be drawn between people that move forward and focus and just start taking ground in whatever it is, their industry or whatever it is that they're doing. And the people who are just let it happen to them and they're victims of this. We're all in the same boat. This sucked. And man, let's figure this out. Let's see what we can do. The things that it exposed, let's patch those holes. Yeah. And it's like getting a second chance. It's just expose it. It's like getting a look at the faults without completely crumbling, especially in our case.
we didn't crumble.
Mhm.
It was a kick in the, stomach.
Yeah.
So I think we recalibrate and we move on. I'm hopeful for the future. I'm hopeful for what we can do. Thank God it's this season, because we can gain some momentum, and I think that we have the positioning to be leaders in our industry and make serious gains right now. Anyway, dude, I'm excited about tomorrow.
I am too. I'm
Get out there and do
excited to
some
put my
stuff.
boots on, see some work getting done. I'm excited for that. Let me tell you.
Cool, bro. Well, here's a big fat goodbye to the world
Pre-pandemic.
pandemic. And this is the first day of our new world, whatever this is.
Yeah.
So I say we keep our eyes open and we grind, dude, and just keep bringing value and making people happy and serving our communities, and you know what I mean? Those are the things that are important. Those are just, if nothing else, bro, like we got to be helping people, and we got to bring value. And moving forward, our company should be designed to bring more happiness to us and our families. And these are good realizations, dude, to come out of something like this. I'm grateful for our company that we were able to do this. And there's people that did not survive this, and I am grateful. So to the plow, man. Let's move forward. Cool, bro. I know it's late and we gotta get up early, so I'll see you in the morning, bro. Thanks for coming on.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Appreciate it, dude.
All right.
What's up, guys? This episode is about us celebrating 62 views on our fourth highest.
And I can pull in the hillbilly my name there.
We're not gonna do that.
If I can get it in one shot, that's amazing.
Say
my name in one shot, that's all you need.
That's the good thing about these, dude. At least the more we screw up, the better the video.
I thought that's what we were going for. That was my game plan.
It was usually boring. Our best videos. All right, let me get the intros out of the way real quick, in case we end abruptly.
Why would we end abruptly?
I don't know. You falling asleep.
Oh, you better believe. I already have my coffee. All I have is water.
Also,
which I haven't looked. I think 1,000 views.
No.
Dude, it was 990 something the other day.
The soffit video?
Yeah.
Bro, I have to see that.